Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. Let's talk springtime frog fishing on Clearlake. The key word there was springtime. It's a different animal this time of year than it is in the summer. In the summer, when your grass is on the surface and it's everywhere and there's literally no bad cast, it's a different animal. In the springtime, they're set up different and it's completely different approach. So I want to share with you guys a few of the little secrets I've learned on how these springtime bass set up. So first off, let's start off with my rod. You guys probably guessed it already. I love the Dobbins 735 is my choice here. It's just I don't know what it is about this rod, but I've gone frog fishing with a lot of people, and it just seems like I'm catching four to their two. This rod just really outfishes them. It sticks them. You get bit, and chances are you're going to get hooked up on them. And while we're on the subject of bit, people are always wondering, man, when do you set the hook on a frog bite? Well, I know that some people, they have these little sayings they say to themselves. They're like, oh, I got a bite, set the hook. Little silly things like that. With me, it just boils down to on a blow up, if I feel the weight, I'm swinging on them. And on frog fishing, it's a hook set. It's not just lifting into them or reeling. It's pretty violent. So really try to put the boots to them when you're setting hook on a frog bite. But when you feel that weight, just rear back on it. And then there's another type of bite. I call it flushing the toilet, because your frog will be sitting out there and all of a sudden it just disappears. Well, on that one, when I get that bite, I just, when in doubt, you just got to swing. That's a tough one. I mean, it's just a hit and a miss on that bite, but same thing. Just go for it, and if you're a lucky guy, you'll get them. But let's talk about the frogs. If I could only bring one frog to Clear Lake, it would be the red and black river to sea fat daddy. This frog is my favorite all-time frog to fish. I love it in open water. I love it on the tules, back in the brush, everything. Just this I don't have to do any adjusting to this. I don't cut the legs. I don't do anything. I tie a Palomar straight braid to it, throw it out there, and I skip it under those trees and under the docks and just walk it out like a champ, soaking it in open water. And they just absolutely love this frog. So this is my number one frog on Clear Lake. It's always on my deck during frog season. They absolutely love it up here. And the reason I think they're so keyed into this frog is when you're going down those banks and you see on the tules, there's all those blackbirds with the red spots on their wings, and I think that's what makes them love this frog so much. And speaking of birds, I don't know what it is about this color, but you just can never go wrong with the Tweety. This is a must-have on your deck also. The Tweeties are just, oh, it's world famous. Bobby Barrick just really got it done with that one. And my buddy Mike Rogers, he loves the sexy shad colors. So he fishes the white. And another color you're always going to need on your deck is have a green. Have a green. And I love this one because it kind of just has the bluegill. It's going to be a bluegill. It's going to be just a frog. It could be a little hummingbird, just lots of different things that's going to mimic. And this one you got the green, but that could be pretty mousy too. So, and keep in mind that this is the part the fish are looking at. So, fishermen. So no matter what they've done up here, they're trying to sell you the bait. Down here on this side, you're trying to sell the fish the bait. So keep that in mind when you're out there. And while we're on the subject of the frogs, I want to turn you guys on to the scum frog. Man, this has just turned out to be such a good bait that I've put into my arsenal. And where I use these, this is when I'm really having to fish slow and just like soak them in a pocket or the smaller holes. The way this frog sets it, just kind of the ass end just kind of floats under the water a little bit. And man, that's just such a great frog to soak. It'll get them. And another frog that I've put into my arsenal that I absolutely love is the Freddie Rabanus Boom Booms. Man, you talking about a great walking bait just right out of the package. They just walk so good. Like this one's got that cool little eye in it. It's just the fish side. It's just like, look how nice that is. And of course the fisherman side. But another thing they've got is you'll see this little patch on there. and they say that that's supposed to just kind of stick to the bass's teeth and just give them that little bit of extra to help you get the hook in them. But there you go. That's the frogs that I tie on. Now, how do I fish them? So number one is when you get up here in the spring, don't both guys get up on the front of the boat and basically be in competition with each other trying to catch the same fish. Take turns, one guy on the front of the boat, one guy in the back of the boat. The guy in the front of the boat, you're going down tule lines this time of year. The guy in the front of the boat, he's fishing the points and he's fishing the small little pockets. He's fishing the outside lines, walking that frog, those long casts, and walking it down the front of them tules. And the guy in the back, he's making them short casts and flipping and pitching back in there into those pockets. And that's just the perfect way to cover the water, and just like if the guy in the back's catching all the fish, just switch every hour, switch it up and just keep it fun. But just I see so many people up there in the front, shoulder to shoulder, both trying to catch the same fish, and you're costing yourself so many bites and just missing out on so much water. So don't fall into that trap. Get a guy in the front and get a guy in the back, and make those long casts on those tules, and just walk it nice and slow. Let the bass tell you what they want. Normally when I'm trying to figure them out, I love that long cast. I'll let the frog hit when it sets. I wait for the ripples to dissipate, and then I just start walking. I just give it a steady walk. I'll do that for a little while. If I don't get any bites, then I'll start doing like 1, 2, 3, pause. 1, 2, 3, pause. 1, 2, 3, pause. And a lot of times on that pause is when you get hit. That's how you're fishing out of the front of the boat on those long casts. The guy on the back, you're soaking. A lot of times when you're up in there shallow, it's just like they just annihilate it as soon as it hits. So it's just like, man, it's just like a good fist fight back there in the back. But another thing that I target, if you're going to be fishing the open tules like that, you're going to be fishing over the tule laydowns. There's a lot of mats up here right now and a lot of flooded brush. You're going to be fishing all that. But another thing you got to get good at is you want to be able to skip a frog, because all this flooded brush in the trees, target those trees that are in the water that are really brushy and find you a hole and skip it back under there. Treat it like a dock. And a lot of times, 10% of my frog bites, I don't even see them. I just hear them because I've skipped it so far back in there. So don't forget to give that a try, especially if it's a willow. It's almost a guaranteed fish under there. And then your docks, get that frog up under there where it seems impossible. It can be incredibly frustrating. It takes a lot of practice, but you've got to be able to get that frog up under there where nobody else is. So pick a day, work on your mechanics, get out there, and just make yourself a better frog fisherman. But anyway, it's just right around the corner. We've got the temperatures are hitting 80 degrees up here in Clearlake, so it's just honestly right around the corner. And remember, this is springtime frog fishing. Like I say, in another month we're going to have grass on the surface, and it's just a complete different animal at that time. You can just cast over your back behind you and land on a fish when it gets like that. But right now you've got to be a little more specific on your cast and where you're fishing. And like I say, guy in the front, guy in the back, you don't need your graphs. Just cover the water and find them. And the whole time, have your flipping stick too, because hey, I'm seeing them on beds. I got me a 5-pounder today, but don't tell nobody. It's a secret. Anyway, I really hope that this helps you guys out. I appreciate you watching my channel. Do me a favor and subscribe and share and give me a comment down there. I'll do my best to answer every question as honestly as I can. I know I'm not Skeet Reese. I know I'm not Bobby Barrick, but I've been fishing up here a lot, and I enjoy sharing. I feel like I've got some good things to share, so I appreciate you guys coming along for the ride. And as usual, thank you very much, and peace out.